So are you doing 8 precepts? Okay, so we could do a combination of 8 and 5. So you just do the 5.
Yep.
And you say Kame Sumi Chachara
Yes.
on the 3rd, and you'll say a brahmacharya. Okay. So you know these without having to look at a book. Okay. So today is a very special Sila Sunday. We have Sianita and Mike here. Ethan and Zia have offered the robe.
Okay, it is. It's screen sharing. Just checking.
And I don't know why it's doing that.
It should be showing the precepts. There it is. It's just
Okay. All right. So then anyone who may arrive.
I'll take it back today a little bit. Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. So that's at the top there.
Sure.
Mayangaye ti sarangena saha silani yachama dutiyampi mayangaye ti sarangena saha silani yachama Tatiyampi mayangaye ti sarangena saha silani yachama. We, Venerable, request the 3 refuges and the precepts. For the 2nd time, Venerable, we request the 3 refuges and the precepts. For the 3rd time, Venerable, we request the 3 refuges and the precepts. So I'll say Namo Tassa 3 times. Okay. And everyone, including the children if they want. Come on, feet. Namo Tassa. Sama Sambuddhassa Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Okay, your turn. Sama Sambuddhassa Dasa Kamato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. So, with the sparkly light, was saying homage to the blessed, noble, perfectly enlightened one. Yay! And now we're going to do the refuges, and it'll be line by line. First, Buddha, Sarana, Buddha, Sarana, Chanti, Dhamma, Sarana, Dhamma, Sarana, Gacchami, Sangha, Sarana, Gacchami, Sangha, Gacchami, Dutiyampi, Buddhang, Sarana, Gacchami, Dutiyampi, Buddhang, Sarana, Gacchami, Dutiyampi, Dhammang, Sarana, Gacchami, Dutiyampi, Dhammang, Sarana, Gacchami, Dutiyampi, Sanghang, Sarana, Gacchami, Dutiyampi, Sanghang, Sarana, Gacchami, Tatiyampi, Buddhang, Sarana, Gacchami, Tatiyampi, Buddhang, Sarana, Gacchami, Tatiyampi, Dhammang, Sarana, Gacchami, Tatiyampi, Dhammang, Sarana, Gacchami, Tatiyampi, Sanghang, Sarana, Gacchami, Tatiyampi, Sanghang, Sarana, Gacchami, Ti Sarana Gamanang Niti Tommy. Say, Ama Aye. So we'll do a kind of a combination of the 5 and 8 precepts. And I'll cue, I think you know, but just for the online, I'll cue it. So everyone together can do the first the precepts and it. Do you want to just sing? I know that they. Okay, all right, we'll do it. Anati pata we sika samsariya anati pata we sika samadhyami. I undertake the precepts refrain from taking the life of any living creature. I undertake the precept to refrain from taking that which is not given. And this will be for those on 5 precepts.
Mesu vichachara veramani sikapatang samadhyami.
And that was the precept to refrain from sexual misconduct for the 8 precept holders. Brahmacharya veramani sikapatang samadhyami. Brahmacharya veramani sikapatang samadhyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from all intentional sexual activity. And everyone. I undertake the precept to refrain from lying. Majapamatana veramani sikapadam samadhyami.
Suramayana majapamatana veramani sikapadam samadhyami.
I undertake the precept to refrain from intoxicating drink and drugs which lead to carelessness. And these next 3 are for those on 8 precepts. Vikala bojana veramani sikapadam samadhyami. Vikala bojana veramani sikapadam samadhyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from eating at the inappropriate time. Nacha gita wadita visukata sana mala ganda vipetana dharana mandana vibhusanatana veramani sikapadam samadhyami. Nacha gita wadita visukata sana mala ganda vipetana dharana mandana vibhusanatana veramani sikapadam samadhyami. Please. I undertake the precept to refrain from entertainment, beautification, and adornment. Ucha sayana maha sayana veramani sikapadam samadhyami. Ucha sayana maha sayana veramani sikapadam samadhyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from lying on a high or luxurious sleeping place. Nimani sika padani silena sugatinyanti silena bogasampada silena niputinyanti tasma silang visodaye. These are the precepts for training. Virtue is the source of happiness. Virtue is the source of true wealth. Virtue is the source of peacefulness. Remember we were talking about fighting or peace? Peacefulness. Therefore, let virtue be purified.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good. So now is the time for Dhamma. Do you know what Dhamma is? You do? Well, I was looking at Winnie the Pooh. Do you want to come closer so you can see pictures? You want to see? Yannika is a really good reader. And
She's
I,
got the page.
I'm gonna have to find the page, but this is
Read.
A.A. Mills' house. Well, it's a complete collection of the Winnie the Pooh. Oh,
To move your screen to the Zoom window so you're not seeing yourself in lag view, click the blue button, zoom at the bottom.
Mhm.
In your list at the bottom. Very
oh,
low.
I see.
Yeah, there.
Okay, there we go.
We don't have time lag.
Okay, so then, Yannika is very good at reading, and she's gonna read a story, and I'm gonna do what's called comments, do the commentary. So we bring the Dhamma into everything that we encounter in life. We try to understand what's happening in our lives. And do you know what the Dhamma is? It's reality. It's the truth. Do you think that Winnie the Pooh is real? The bear is real? The bear is real? Is your orca real? Not really, but in your imagination, is it real?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is talking about kind of about people. Because when someone who writes books, an author, writes a story, a lot of it's about how people are. So we can see this in this bear. The bear is like people.
Keep it there. Farm store.
So this is the real part of the stories, because this is how people are. And sometimes it's nice to know if you're having a bear as the example, then you can kind of giggle at what's going on, right? Can you? Yeah. So then you see the humor of it instead of laughing at a person, but you're laughing at a silly old bear. This is a silly old bear.
So am I starting here?
Yeah. So do you
Is that the right spot?
you could start there. I think it's a very
Yeah.
yeah. I think, or you could start at working.
Would you stop?
No.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Can you show me? Okay. Is it right here or is it right here? So on one of these two pages.
But
Either here-
maybe we could,
Careful with the
if
books.
they could get closer, they can see the pictures.
Maybe there. Okay. All right.
And then you're gonna show the pictures? Yeah,
All right.
well, let's just start with the buzzing.
Okay.
He's under, you want to just start
Right.
here?
Well,
Yeah,
okay, we're gonna start right here. Okay. So you can see that Pooh has been sitting on this log, and he's sitting there and he says, okay, he's thinking. One day when he was out walking, Pooh Bear was out walking, he came to an open place in the middle of a forest. And in the middle of this place was a large oak tree. And from the top of the tree, there came a loud buzzing noise. What would that sound like?
Bees. Bees.
Okay, you're guessing. Guessing.
Bees.
Bees. Okay, Winnie the Pooh sat down at the foot of a tree and put his head between his paws and began to think.
Bees like honey. Bees.
Bees like.
okay, so
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 what?
so this the bear, do you imagine, see how our bears have their ears up here? So he heard something with his ear, right? So in the Buddhist teaching, that's called ear consciousness. So there's contact at the ear, and he hears a sound buzzing.
It's a bees. Bees.
And then right away he knows what it is, right?
Bees.
Yeah. So that's the awareness of bees, right? So that's at the our mind. At the mind, we know something.
Should I read that part?
So, okay,
Okay.
keep going.
First of all, he said to himself, that buzzing noise means something.
That's the mind.
Bees.
You don't get a
No.
buzzing noise like that, just buzzing and buzzing without it meaning something. What is it? Okay. If there's a buzzing noise, somebody's making a buzzing noise. And the only reason for making a buzzing noise that I know of is because you're a bee.
See, you're right.
You were right. You're faster than a Pooh Bear. Then he thought another long time and said, and the only reason for a bee that I know of is to make
You a bee.
honey.
To make honey.
Keep going.
So this is with the honey ball sutta, you have the sound and the ear and the sound cognizable because there's contact by the ear, so that's coming together. And then right away,
And then he got up and
you
said,
get perception of the bee. And then
and the only reason for making honey is so that I can eat it. Just like, did you have that under your jacket? So your tummy? The only reason is so that I can eat it.
it's craving.
Oh,
He wants something, right? Does he want the honey, do you think? Do you think he's gonna want the honey?
yeah.
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 He wants the honey.
Okay, so here's the tree, and here's somewhere else the bees, and look at the bear. It
What's
said
he doing?
he climbed and he climbed and he climbed and he climbed.
But and then you know what?
What?
The bees will sting him.
Oh, you think so?
yeah, maybe. We'll
You think so?
see.
Oh,
And he sang a little song to himself, and it went like this. Isn't it funny how a bear likes honey? Buzz, buzz, buzz. I wonder why he does.
so yeah, so because he has this idea about honey, he's going after it, right? You think it's a good idea for him to climb up all those branches?
No, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, because he wants it. He wants it so much. He's climbing up that tree, right?
Then he climbed a little further and a little further, and then just a little further. And by that time, he had the thought of another song. It's a very funny thought that if bears were bees, they'd build their nests at the bottom of trees. And that being so, if the bees were bears, we shouldn't have to climb up all these stairs. Silly song. So we want it to be easy.
But yeah, we want it to be easy. Yeah. So this is kind of a complaining song he's singing.
Yeah,
Because he has to
but-
work so hard for the honey. So this is dukkha.
He was getting rather tired by this time, like that, lying down. But he's in a tree, so he can't. So that is why he sang a complaining song. He was nearly there, and if he stood on that branch, crack. Oh, said Pooh as he dropped 10 feet from the branch below him. If only I hadn't, plop, he said as he bounced 20 feet onto the next branch. See, remember this picture over here with the tree? Boom, boom, boom.
That's like all the links up to the origination. Bum, 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 all the way down. And then,
You see, I meant to do, he explained as he turned head over heels, just like you were doing earlier, head over heels, and crashed onto another branch 30 feet below. What I meant to do, of course, it was rather, he admitted as he slithered very quickly through the next 6 branches. this many more branches he hit. It all comes, I suppose, he decided as he said goodbye to the last branch, spun around 3 times and flew gracefully into a gorse bush. It
Look
all,
at him. Oh, no.
look at this, and look at how, and gorse bushes are prickly.
Yeah.
So he didn't get stung by the bees. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It kind of works. Yeah.
So it's all full of prickles.
Prickles.
You know, like a blackberry bush. Have you ever picked blackberries? Got stickeries on you?
Ever did it stickles?
Thorns? Yeah, he got them all over.
And he said, it all comes of
Dhamma.
liking honey
Dhamma.
so much. Oh,
Oh, so this is where desire brings dukkha.
so he crawled out of the gorse bush, brushed the prickles from his nose, and began to think again.
Uh-oh, papancha, here we go.
And the first person he thought of was
Christopher Robin.
See, here's a picture of Christopher Robin. Boy, the Pooh Bear. And what was that me? Said Christopher Robin in the odd. Wait, I think I might have skipped a page.
Oh, he's hearing the
No,
story.
oh, he's hearing the story.
Christopher Robin is hearing the story about himself.
Was that me? Said Christopher Robin in odd voice, hardly daring to believe it. That was you. Christopher Robin said nothing. So back to the story. Winnie the Pooh went round to his friend Christopher Robin, who lived behind a green door in another part of the forest. Oh, look, we have green for our door too now. It came as an offering today. A green door in part of the forest. Good morning, Christopher Robin, he said. Good morning, Winnie the Pooh, said Christopher Robin. I wonder if you've got such a thing as a balloon about you. A balloon?
Of course.
Yes, I just said to myself coming along, I wonder if Christopher Robin has such a thing as a balloon about him. I just said it to myself thinking of balloons and wondering. So he's not telling him why he wants a balloon. But Christopher Robin says, what do you want a balloon for?
I'm hungry.
You want craving for honey, maybe.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh looked round to see that nobody was listening, put his paw to his mouth and said in a deep whisper, honey. But you don't get honey with balloons. I do, said Pooh. Oh, is that more of the papancha? Probably. Well, it just happened that you had been to a party. So Christopher Robin's been to a party the day before the house at Piglet's house, and they had balloons. So there's a big green balloon, and one of Rabbit's relations had a big blue one, and on and on. So which one would you like, Pooh? Put his head between his paws and thought carefully. It's like this. When you go after honey with a balloon, the great thing is not to let the bees know you're coming. Now, if you have a green balloon, you might think you were only part of the tree and not notice you. If you have a blue balloon, they might think you were only part of the sky and not notice you. And the question is, which is more likely? What do you think? Green balloon or blue balloon?
Oh, green.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you do blue balloon, then if you do blue balloon, then it might think the sky's going down.
Well, you might be smarter than what he chooses. We'll see what he chooses.
And then if he choose the green balloon, then the bees would think. You don't know.
Don't know. Who knows?
So
And
this is the
But
trouble.
you know what? He cannot get the honey when he's doing that, because if he takes out his hand, the bees will know he was a person.
Because balloons don't have, they don't know it's a balloon. Skies don't have, bushes don't, trees don't have hands. See, I'm so confused. And Winnie the Pooh says, you never can tell with bees. And so he says, I shall try to look like a small black cloud. That will deceive them. Because he thinks, oh gosh, if they see a bear attached to a balloon.
So do you think it's a good idea to try to trick people? Oh, okay, so the bear is gonna try to trick the bees. Uh-oh.
So no tricking, right?
No tricking. So they went out with the blue balloon and he took his little slingshot with him just in case. And then
That's
Pooh,
Christopher Robin
Christopher Robin yeah,
took his leg shot with it.
shot.
We don't want to lose Pooh Bear up in the atmosphere.
And Winnie the Pooh went to a very muddy place and rolled until he was packed all over with mud.
Winnie the Pooh.
Do you think that looks like a cloud?
So he's a muddy bear
Bear now.
because he wants to be a rain cloud.
Yeah.
And then they blew the balloon.
No,
up.
no.
No,
No, that will not work. If he does that, then
oh, you're jumping ahead. You're right. You're right. But let's get there.
yeah, because
Patient.
if he goes, then it will melt off.
Oh, it'll fall because of gravity? Maybe. Maybe you probably are right.
No. If he cover with mud, but
Okay.
but he has feet, but he knows he's a person because he's like this.
Oh, because of arms and legs.
Yes.
Not a cloud. Do you think a cloud sometimes looks like people?
Sometimes it looks like fragments. But that's another story for another day. So Pooh he floats up with the balloon really high up to it and he shouts, hooray, isn't that fine? What do I look like? And Christopher Robin says, you look like a bear holding onto a balloon. Didn't trick him like that.
You think the bees are smart? They're gonna know?
Maybe, okay. And Pooh says, I don't look like a small black cloud in the blue sky? No, not very much. Oh, well, perhaps from up here it looks different. You never can tell with bees.
I got a spike.
Maybe that's from the prickly thing earlier. And there was no wind to blow him nearer to the tree. So there he stayed. He could see the honey. He could smell the honey.
Oh,
There
my
you go.
goodness.
But he couldn't quite
Reach.
Reach the honey. Oh, my goodness. So this is sights cognizable by the eye, smells cognizable by the, so he's wanting the honey more and more and more.
He can't reach it. Christopher Robin, he said in a loud whisper. Hello. I think the bees suspect something.
Uh-oh.
What sort of thing? I don't know, but something tells me they're suspicious. Perhaps they think that you're after their honey. It may be that you never can tell with bees. And there was another little silence. And then he called down again. Christopher Robin? Yes. Have you an umbrella? I think so. I wish you would bring it and then say, tut tut, it looks like rain. I think if you did that, it would help deceive the bees.
Show the picture.
Okay, so here. So if he walks around underneath, do you think, so now he's trying to get his friends involved in being deceptive. Yeah.
And being tricky.
Yeah.
He's trying to trick the bees. So he's trying to get somebody else to help him trick the bees. Do you think the bees are gonna be tricked?
Me.
But if you trick them, then the bee king will just like you go down, you go down, you go down, you go down, and then they'll just catch them and sling them.
We'll see. Okay, so he walks underneath and he says, tut tut, looks like rain. And meanwhile, Pooh Bear's up in the sky and he's singing, How sweet to be a cloud floating in the blue. Every little cloud always sings aloud. You ever heard a cloud sing? How sweet to be a cloud floating in the blue. It makes him very proud to be a little cloud. Yeah, he made that. Yeah, that's a good face to make. And the bees were buzzing suspiciously.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
the bee-
Uh-oh.
see,
Do you think
the
they're being
bees are
tricked?
coming.
I don't
How
think
big?
so.
They left their nest.
Things.
They flew all around the cloud as it began the second verse of the song, and then one bee
Did you see the picture?
sat down. One bee, see the bees are buzzing all around, and then one bee sat on the nose of the cloud. And and Pooh says, Christopher, ow! Christopher Robin. Yes, I have just been thinking.
Uh-oh, there's this thinking again.
And I've come to a very important decision. These are the
The
wrong sort
Kind
of
of
bees.
Yes.
These aren't the right kind of bees to be bothering. Are they? Quite right there. Quite the wrong sort. So I should think they would make the wrong sort of honey.
Oh,
Shouldn't you? Would they? Yes, I think I shall come down. How? Winnie the Pooh hadn't thought
Because
about
that was
that.
the wrong bees.
It's the wrong kind of bees.
Well, so what
Making the wrong
happened?
kind of honey.
yeah. So what happened is that he wanted the honey so badly, he thought he could trick the bees. But then he realized he couldn't trick the bees. So then he's tricking himself, saying, oh, the honey's probably no good.
And so he's up in the sky.
He's up in the sky, but what does he do? Now he's gotten into this trouble for himself, huh?
Dukkha.
Dukkha.
And so he thought, well,
Yeah.
if I let go,
Mhm.
I'm gonna fall. Bump. Christopher Robin, you might shoot the balloon with your,
Oh, sling.
thank you,
Yeah,
slingshot. And do you have that? Yeah, of course I have it. But if I do that,
Feeling shock.
it will spoil the balloon. But if you don't, I shall have to let go, and that would spoil me. Black. Oh, when you put it like that, okay. And so this is the
Sling
slingshot.
not to shut the balloon.
But then who says, ouch?
Oh, what happened?
He shot him.
You didn't. He says, did I miss? No, you didn't exactly miss, but you missed the balloon. Hit the bear.
Yeah, it hit the bear.
I'm sorry, he said, and he tried again. And then hit the balloon, and the air came slowly out. And Winnie the Pooh floated down to the ground. But his arms were so stiff from holding on to the string of the balloon all the time they stayed up and is straight in the air for more than a week.
Oh dear. This is what happens when you're tricky.
And whenever a fly came and settled on his nose, he had to blow it off because he couldn't use his paw. And that's what Pooh said. Should I keep going, or is that the end? It says, is that the end of the story?
Probably, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yes, yes. Oh, Ethan, yeah. So the
So we
bear.
could, do you
off
think
the
the
ground.
bear was smart?
Do you think the bear was smart?
No.
Do you think the bear was silly? Huh?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Can you say silly old bear?
It's a little bear.
Yeah, it's a silly old bear.
There's our silly old bear.
Yeah, he fell into the ground. He did.
Yeah,
Me too.
he didn't get the honey.
Because he got the honey.
So,
'Cause he wanted-
what other Dhamma comes from that story, Aya?
Well, we could think about it. So do you think it's good to be tricky and try to steal honey from somebody's hive? Nah, bad idea. Yeah.
There's the craving. Yeah,
So we could probably end if it's a good time for you.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So
God,
this
sure.
is Winnie the Pooh and a Sila program and
So this
Thank
is an alternate honey ball sutta from Winnie the Pooh.
yeah, because it all came from sounds cognizable by the ear. And then the desire for honey coming up. And then coming up with a plan, which is there's perception, there's a perception of bees and honey. And that's all feeding our desire. That is what got Pooh into trouble because he followed after his desire. So that's a nutshell of the honey ball sutta, is that there's a whole mass of suffering coming from us pursuing without stopping. He didn't even stop once
Yeah.
until he was up in the air in a lot of trouble. He just kept trying, but it was heading in the wrong direction.
And if you want the real honey ball sutta, it's Manjima.
Nikaya 18, MN 18, yeah.
Sa-
So, so thank you all for joining. And we can go off the recording.
Do an arahant.
Okay, we could arahant. That's a good idea. So we can Sama Sambuddho Bhagava Bhagavantam Avivademi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasam Dupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sangham Namami. Thank you all for your kind attention.
Yeah, you can take the tripod can go away now.
Let's turn the video off.
Up top corner.
Uh,